Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're having battle number 98 on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today, we are up against opponent Gareth. And yes, look at Gareth's team. He has a pure mono Eeveelution team yet again. I really love fighting against mono Eeveelution teams simply because it's always nice to fight different opponents and different Eevees. So, moving on, I have a question to all my viewers today. So, question of the day is, if Game Freak decides to make another Eeveelution, what kind of Eeveelution would you want it to be? Do you want it to see a steel type Eevee, a ghost type Eevee, or a flying type Eevee, or a fighting type Eevee? Let me know down in the comment section on which Eevee do you want to see next. So without further ado, I'm just going to go straight to it now. I don't need to introduce my opponent's team because it's very self-explanatory, and my team is actually the team that I used my last battle, battle number 97. Right off the bat, my opponent is going to lead off with the Jolteon. Now, I led off with the Nidoking. Not that I expected the Jolteon to be let out, but simply because Nidoking hits like a fucking truck. Especially mine, because I equip my Nidoking with a Life Orb. Here comes the Espeon now, and that's very wonderful because obviously Espeon can scare the hell out of me. Unfortunately, Life Orb Earth Power is actually not quite enough. Maybe Sludge Wave. I actually think maybe Sludge Wave does have a chance to kill. Regardless, I'm going to go to Registeel now to absorb any attack he wants to dish out at me, and he does go for that Psychic. It's not going to do quite enough. Now, I really do want to go for a Thunder Wave or a Stealth Rocks, but I'm really scared of Magic Bounce on this Espeon. As a matter of fact, my opponent did stay in, so I'm really glad I didn't go for either a Stealth Rocks or a Thunder Wave. And I just went for a Seismic Toss, and luckily I did finish it off. His Magic Bouncing Espeon is now gone, so I'm free to go for any Stealth Rocks or Thunder Wave. Now here comes the Vaporeon. That's cool. I'm really glad it's not the Flareon. He does go for a Surf. That's fine, but keep in mind I am specially defensive. So that gives me an opportunity to go for Thunder Wave. I thought, let's just go for Thunder Wave first and then Stealth Rocks next. You know, why not? Grab a little bit more leftovers damage, and I do outspeed Vaporeon, which is hilarious. Vaporeon is pretty damn slow, but yeah, even with Thunder Wave, he's even slower. He's gonna go for Ice Beam now. It's not gonna do it quite enough, but I could see why. Because he wants to get that Freeze Hacks, and he got it in his very first turn. Now, knowing me, guys, I'm the most unlucky Pokemon battler ever. I get Para Hacks, I get Freeze Hacks, like just any fucking day. So if you guys want to challenge me to a fight, bring out your Ice types or Water types that know us Ice moves, because for sure, in one setting, I'm gonna get frozen. Now, I brought out my Florges, not just because it takes special attacks really well, but of course, it has aromatherapy, so that will thaw out my Registeel. And my opponent is trying to set up his Jolteon with Charge Beams, but keep in mind, I'm still Florges. I still take special attacks pretty darn well, even if this Jolteon does get a special attack raise, which he does. I'm gonna go for my Moonblast, and actually takes him nearly one-shots him. I forget that Florges has really high special attack as well. He does go for his +1 Thunderbolt. It's gonna sting just a little, and I kinda knew that. So instead of finishing off this Jolteon, I just went ahead and go for a Wish, because I want to be fully prepared on the next Pokemon that my opponent decides to throw out. I'm gonna go for the obvious Protect. Actually, it's not too obvious because I could still live the next Thunderbolt, but regardless, I'm gonna go for the Protect so that I could be at max HP, and now that his Thunderbolt won't do too much, it'll do like a quarter, a third, and I'm just gonna finish it off with the final Moonblast. So, pretty sweet. Down 2 Pokemon so far. Actually, no, I don't. I think that's just the first one. Now here comes the Umbreon. Very strange seeing how my Moonblast just did so much to Jolteon. But instead of going for that Moonblast, I was really tempted to go for that Moonblast, but instead I just went for the Wish. Turns out it has Sand Attack. That's very unique, very special. You know, props to my opponent for using Sand Attack instead of Double Team. And it actually works. He drops my accuracy just by one stage, and my Moonblast does miss. He does go for a Hidden Power. It's probably really like Hidden Power Steelo or Poison. But keep in mind, I'm Florges, guys. I have massive special defense. And this Umbreon actually does not take... does take one Moonblast. Which is considerable, because obviously Umbreon does have massive bulk. But even with massive bulk, all it needs is just 2 Moonblasts. So Florges is doing all kinds of work in this battle. Not only did Florges kill Jolteon and Umbreon, it also thawed out Registeel. So Florges is just so useful, especially in this type of battle. You can go for that second Wish, and basically, I actually just want to toss it. The only Pokemon that I have that is sort of hurt is my Registeel, and it's not even that hurt, honestly, but I didn't care. You know, in case the Vaporeon doesn't get paralyzed and hits me with a Surf, I can still recover Wish the next turn. So, he actually stays in, fair enough, I'm just gonna kill him with Seismic Tosses. But he goes for another Ice Beam. I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I'm thinking perhaps he wants to get another Freeze Hacks. This opponent does not take his Freeze Hacks lightly. And that's fine. Now I went for the Earthquake here, expecting perhaps my opponent might actually switch into Flareon, obviously, because Flareon can, you know, scare the shit out of me with, like, Flare Blitz. But with 2 Seismic Tosses, and only 2 Seismic Tosses, this Vaporeon shall faint. So I'm gonna go for my Seismic Toss, and he keeps using Ice Beam, hoping to get that Freeze Hacks, and of course, knowing me, yes, I get Freeze 2 times in a row with the same Pokemon, from the same Pokemon. So, yeah, I'm receiving terrible, terrible luck. And my trend of terrible luck does not end here. You guys will see towards the end of the battle that I have even more terrible luck. I keep staying frozen, and I thought, well, Flareon could thaw me out, but I really don't want to take a Flare Blitz, especially if it's Choice Banded. So, I'm going to go to Keldeo, but turns out he went for a Sand Attack again, so 2 of his Eeveelutions, no Sand Attack. And he actually stays in after, you know, using Sand Attack. So I'm like, wow, you ballsy. I'm not using Hydro Pump, I'm going to use my Secret Sword. Secret Sword Choice Specs is actually enough to kill a Flareon, because Keldeo has really massive special attack. He does go into Sylveon now, it's going to still be a 2-hit KO with the Secret Sword. And I use it, luckily I don't miss here. It's Choice Spec Secret Sword, and look at that, even Sylveon, a special defense wall, cannot take a Choice Spec Secret Sword. It's going to be an easy 2-hit KO. Of course, he does go for that Protect. I kind of thought he might have Protect, but at the same time, I really just don't care, because Keldeo is still sitting at really high HP. I really don't know what this Sylveon can do. In all honesty, the only thing that Sylveon can do is just hope that I miss my Secret Sword and that he can kill me with a Moonblast or Hyper Voice. But even so, I still have decent health. Now here comes the Vaporeon, and you know, like, I have Rocks up. So what my opponent should have done was actually not switch out the Vaporeon, or send out the Vaporeon more as like a sacrifice to kind of see what I'm going to use. But, you know, judging from Keldeo, he already knows what attack I'm going to use. In actuality, I actually miss my crucial Secret Sword. And with that Flame Charge and Poison, that'll kill Keldeo. So this is what I was talking about, you know, my trend of terrible luck. one sand attack actually makes a huge difference, or at least to repel. Now here comes the Snorlax. He can do whatever he wants. He goes for the Toxic. He misses. That's fine. My Snorlax obviously has Earthquake, and that will finish off Flareon. So, finally, you guys get to see some Snorlax, right? Nonetheless, thank you, Gareth. Amazing team, really beautiful team. I love seeing Eeveelution team because it's so creative and they're so damn colorful. So, give a huge thumbs up, not to me, but to my opponent, Gareth, for using a mono Eeveelution team. And make sure, guys, to answer my comment question of the day. What do you want to see for the next Eeveelution? Leave it in the comment section. Thanks again, guys.